The Witcher 3 is already a legendary game and one of the most iconic RPGs of the last decade. Even better, it has a great modding support and a large modding stage which is active up to this day. With the help of mods, you can not just do something simple as better textures, there are complete gameplay overhauls, revolutionary graphics improvements, new weapons and armors, immersion and even new animation mods. So, Monster Slayers, let's take a look on some of the most creative and useful mods for Witcher 3 released this year. How often you wanted to slow time a bit during some tasty combat moment to enjoy it fully? Sadly, such feature in vanilla exists only for finishing kill moves sometimes, and that's it. Remember the Killing Monsters cinematic trailer with this cool slow motion in it? The Critical Slow Motion Combat Redux is a combat immersion mod that adds a classy slow motion effect for various actions, such as finishers, dodging, casting signs, dismembering, and Geralt's deaths even. And every feature is configurable and toggleable via in-game mod menu, where you can adjust it up to your likings so it would never be boring. Now to drop your jaw with the graphics improvements that even the so-called next-gen game version doesn't have, but a mod does. Blitz FX is a post-processing graphics overhaul that integrates modern state-of-the-art rendering techniques into The Witcher 3. Enhanced water surface shading and animation, the underwater effects, greatly improved anti-aliasing, HDR bloom and the next generation of ambient occlusion, improved shadows and sun glare, raindrops and color balancing, and even dynamic auroras at night. All such small details such as a letterbox, which is, unlike in the Reshade, does not obscure in-game interface. On top of this, just everything in Blitz FX is configurable and compatible with lighting mods and the Reshade presets, allowing you to pump the game graphics to a truly next-gen limits. Sometimes the tiniest mods with simplest changes can bring the most joy. Such are two little gems from the same author, Choose Better Food and Don't Fear Quen. Remember how annoying it was when your quick slot food was running out and Geralt was always crunching the worst food available, usually water, but not now. And when you are casting the Quen sign, why just everyone are running away in fear and screaming, as you would have just casted Igni into their faces. Don't fear Quen, my peasant. Concept Art Loading Screen Projects adds 40 new loading screens based only on official CDPR concept arts into the game. Beautiful and lore-friendly. Just look yourself. Another infamously annoying moment is that game always uses your most precious bombs to blow up the stinky monster nests. No more. With Selected Bomb for Monster Nests mod, you can save your precious grape shots and dancing stars and use those samums instead. You're the boss.
Just
After replaying the game for a few times, or even after just playing it for a few dozens hours, one may become irritated by constant Geralt's "damned you're ugly" every time he sees a drowner. Or maybe vice versa, you want Geralt to taunt enemies literally every time he draws a sword. Oh, and Roach controls is another problem too. You cannot gallop in cities, Roach can't get even an inch into the water, and all that for no logical reason whatsoever. Natak Talks and Natak Horse, two small mods from the same author that allow a complete customization of this via in-game menus. Comments on weather, places of power, battle towns, configure them to your taste. Same goes for Roach. Enable or disable galloping in cities, disable the silly water fear, change Roach speed, enable or disable infinite horse stamina, and so on. Simple and effective. Animations in vanilla Witcher 3 are still better than in many newer games often, but at the same time, many idle actions in the game simply were not animated to begin with. The Interface Animations mod does just that. Animations when reading books and bestiary records, opening inventory, finding a treasure, getting a new quest or a map pin, finding a new notice board, and some others. On top of that, every animation can be toggled in a mod menu, so you can just disable some of those you see as annoying ones. Let's get to the finalists. By the way, the installation instructions for all these and many other mods, compatibility notes, and all needed information for modding Witcher 3 without a headache. All this is in my Ultimate Witcher 3 modding guide, that's linked down below in a video description. A medallion plays an important role in a Witcher's trade, allowing them to detect evil and avoid dangers. But in the game, medallion is just a static, cosmetic piece of texture. It is time to fix this and boost the lore-friendly immersion to unseen heights. The active medallion mod makes Geralt's medallion respond to the presence of monsters and magic. The medallion now will emit a small sonar pulse, and the eyes will light up when near a magical source, and the eyes will revert to the vanilla medallion when no magic is detected. The mod is also extremely configurable, so you can choose between many different sounds, visual effects, range, and so on. Animations are pretty hard to change in Witcher 3 due to some of the modding engine specifics, so already just a properly working animation replacer itself is a rare scene. On the other hand, smooth combat and animations redux or just SCAR not just simply changes combat and movement animations, it adds multiple sets of those, allowing you to swap between them via the in-game menu and build different combinations for movement, combat attacks and idles, resulting in your own animation setup. Just how cool is this? Logic and Consistency Tweaks (LST). While it cannot be called a complete gameplay overhaul, LST is a massive mod, which though doesn't change any fundamental mechanics and doesn't add any arguable features, aims on fixing and rebalancing some of the most irrational, underpowered, overpowered effects of weapons, armors, trophies, and items which were omitted by other mods, as well as correcting large amount of miscellaneous things affecting purely logical moments in the game. The most important mod features are the remake of all Witcher weapons to, first of all, have logically fitting effects and not just have 3 out of 4 weapon bonuses same on different school weapons, as well as being useful on all levels and complementing character builds better. Another major feature is a trophies rework. There were only 5 effects that were randomly spread between dozens of trophies, making trophies in the game pretty boring and repetitive, as multiple trophies from different monsters often had the same effect. Now every trophy in the game will have a truly unique effect, fitting the type of a slayed monster. Every trophy will be useful to different character builds, and now both weapons and trophies will actually become an interesting mechanic system, motivating you to find and try them all. Additionally, some other items were improved as well, like the DLC armors. Temeria, Nilfgaardian, Undvik sets received unique effects to stand out with something than just an appearance. Some other unique armor sets or weapons were improved too. Ophiri set and their vampire weapons were buffed, Tiger's sword made a part of a cat skull set, and so on. Lastly, LST fixes an utterly silly disbalance in prices for many alchemical ingredients. For example, Alkahe's base price is 10 gold, while cost of its ingredients is over 40. Like, what the heck? These ingredients prices are now logical, so now you can finally have an actual profit from crafting certain alchemy items instead of buying them. That's all for now, Monster Slayers. I hope you enjoyed this video, learning about new interesting mods and grabbing some of them to your own mod list. Make sure to enable channel notifications and join our Discord to always stay in touch. Stay safe, stay healthy and stay happy, and see you soon in 2023. Sinitar Gaming here, signing out.